Hello everybody, this is going to be a different video and probably the start of a new series of guides. I decided to install the Darkest Dungeon Overhaul The Forgotten Dungeons by Elysian Phoenix. This is kind of like Pitch Black Dungeon except it's actually being worked on still. And I've played for a day, I'm on week 4. I had another playthrough with like 5 or 6 weeks on it. But I didn't realize there was a Google spreadsheet of how the Curios work, so I had, I think, 4 gold and no way to heal anybody stress, so I was kind of fucked. So I contacted the mod author, got in touch with him, and he told me there's a fucking spreadsheet, which I don't think is on the Steam page. So I'm linking the spreadsheet in the description. You need to check this spreadsheet out, because it tells you how all the Curios work, which is essential to not running out of money. Like, absolutely essential. Like, I would rather play with this fucking spreadsheet in 3 heroes than 4 heroes and without the spreadsheet. So, getting into playing with 3 heroes, that might actually be a reality, because this is really fucking hard. This is ridiculously hard. There is almost no stress healing, very limited healing, and Torchlight is different. Torchlight is called morale. And morale depends a lot on, it really impacts how you play. Pulling up the escape menu, we're going to go, this is morale effects down here. So D stands for desperate, T stands for tense, P stands for prepared, E stands for eager, and R stands for reckless. And now reckless is like 100 to I think 80 or so. I think it's every 20 is how this goes. Now there is a provision that starts you at eager. Eager is the quote-unquote preferred light setting. I don't agree as of right now. If we're looking between eager and reckless, monsters get 5 accuracy and 4 crit. But other than that, and heroes get 1% less crit. But you get less stress taken, monsters do less damage, there's way more chance monsters surprise you, you're not being surprised, you get virtue chance. This really outweighs 4% crit and 5 accuracy. So stay on reckless as much as you can, I think. So drop that provision. It's called duality of something. I'll actually just check it right now. It's called duality symbol. Don't use this. I don't think it gives you anything. So I would say just stay away from that. It gets a lot worse. As a tip, you will probably get surprised every single fight you find on Desperate Light. So if you get to Desperate, my tip is to purposefully fuck your party comp over. Make your party comp backwards, so when you do get surprised, which is more likely to happen than not, you will actually be in the right order. That is what I have been doing, or at least trying to remember how to do, and it is working somewhat, because you will get surprised and it will totally fucking screw you. Now up here, you might be wondering what's Curio loot bonuses in that spreadsheet. You'll see a bunch of shit, like going to provisions. There's a puzzle box, a skeleton key, chisel, lockpicks, purifying agent, safety gloves. All this stuff, you don't know what it does, but you'll learn. So let's look at, this is a skeleton key, is the regular key, and then this is lockpicks. So if we go to escape, now if an A-bomb interacts with any Curio, there's a chance he will get this bonus, which is an anti-venom. Now if you find here, this looks like a skeleton key, or looks like lockpicks as well. From a highwayman, the Howlmaster gets crests or deeds. Man-at-Arms gets torches. I haven't seen a Man-at-Arms yet. Aegis, like, the chances vary and they're low, but it's definitely worth noting who you should definitely, like, not commit this to memory because it's in the fucking menu here, but it's very useful to be going with the right person. And now in the spreadsheet, you will see chance of return. And what the chance of return means is, so if you use a chisel on a statue with a high chance of return, that means there's a high chance you're getting the chisel back. Like you're saving the provision, because the provisions are rare. Alright, awesome. Now just taking a quick look at this spreadsheet here. Control F to find whatever the hell it is. And then let's look at this, like a crate. Wooden crates are no longer awesome. So you have a 25% chance to get some minor shit. You can actually get like a negative from a crate. So if you see chisel, you get heirlooms and minor loot, high return chance. So there's a really good chance you're gonna get your chisel back. I don't know what the actual numbers is of like high, medium, low, or decent, or whatever. But I would probably just look at this. You're probably gonna learn this over time. Shovels, I wouldn't use shovels for a lot of this stuff because shovels are very like you know, as in the base game, shovels are very useful. Some of this stuff is there's like a lot here, and a lot of stuff I think I've seen one crucifix. I have one or two phylacteries. I don't know what all of this stuff does. But you just need to be doing this. If you have a Curio, use it. I would almost never use a torch on a Curio. Torches are incredibly useful because you start with one. You can buy two, means you have three. And there are Curios called like dreadful events, which is kind of like if you ever played the courtyard, there's like a mist, and then you have to like wave the mist away with a torch. Same thing as like a shovel where it's like an obstacle blocking your path. But instead of like what the normal obstacles do, the dark event or the dreadful event or whatever will lower morale by I think like 25 or whatever. Which is essentially just takes a torch. It just like you don't have to use a torch, but it takes a torch. Which means you're going from reckless down to eager, or eager down to prepared or whatever, which is not good. You want to keep your morale as high as possible. So just be wary of those. Alright, now I want to look at gold and heirlooms and town upgrades. So gold is much, much lower. Like an emerald will give you 14 gold, an onyx will give you 11 gold, a citrine will give you 5, the shitty green one looks like a circle, gives you 8. So, and they all stack in groups of 1, as far as I've found. So gold is much harder to come by. Stuff is cheaper though. So if I wanted to give Reynolds, it's 50 to unlock a skill. It's 5 to have it go up. And upgrading stuff generally takes the fucking heirlooms are less. Crests are now really rare. Not sure what crests really do yet, I'll be honest with you. I know gold is used for this experience recruits along with portraits. Busts. Busts are good for experience recruits. Deeds are for the stagecoach and the blacksmith. Portraits are used for the guild. Gold is used to upgrade this along. Oh, I guess this is where crests are used. And the abbey uses busts. I don't think upgrading the tavern is likely ever a good idea. Survivalist takes 3 things. I would probably not do the survivalist right away. I already did that. Also, for looking at the stagecoach, your roster size is 10 to begin with, 13, and then 17. So I believe that's smaller. In my modded campaigns, I have like 999 because I just don't want to run out of people. But here, you do run out. Provisions as well cost less money. Like a food is 1, 5, 4, 2. Like shit's a lot less. Medical kits are 8, which is really expensive. Thing is, a lot of these they will pay for themselves. Like if you're using a lockpick and you get a gem, you're likely gonna pay for the cost of the lockpick and more with what you get out of it. So it's quite, or like you may get like 50 HP back with a medical kit, which is really worth the 8 gold, I think. I think it's always worth it to have medical kits. And then a lot of the stuff you find, like if you find I guess not phylacteries. I think I had an extra phylactery in my last mission, but skeleton keys come back, puzzle boxes come back. You see in the bottom right, that's going to tell you that it comes back. Not too sure what this bottom left icon means yet, but be wary of that, alright? Trinkets are a lot rarer. You start with this, the torch, which gives you 5 accuracy. I would basically always have this. I found this thing so far, which I'm not going to use because I don't want -2 speed. And traps are kind of rare, what I found. I've only seen a couple. Maybe I've run into more than disabled. But I don't think this is worth it. And then this is kind of decent. If it doesn't give you a negative, I would totally just throw it on. I think it's nice that it looks like a lot of these have like the set bonuses. I'm not sure. I haven't found a lot of sets, obviously. Found a couple of other trinkets in my last campaign. None of them were that notable. Next thing I want to talk about is stress. Now, I don't think using the tavern's really worth it, but stress, there is almost no stress healing. The only stress healing I think I know that's on a hero is the Chester, and it has like a 15% chance of stress healing people. Stress healing is really, really town oriented. And now this is 21. I want to go into my... We've got 42 from prayer and 24 from fucking meditation. So 24, I don't know how much this gets you, but it is clearly better to do that. It's probably better to go big. I doubt 2 of these really equals this. Maybe it does. I don't know. I don't even know if the bar is cheaper. No, it doesn't look like it. But you're going to be doing a lot of stress healing, and you're also going to be doing a lot of bringing in people that have high stress, like into missions. Like this occultist with like, what's that, 34 stress? I would probably bring him into a mission with that. I would have to do that. Somebody with like 80? Probably not. I don't know what the affliction virtue ratio is. It's probably around the same. You're probably going to get fucked with afflictions a lot. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's 100% affliction rate. Now, there are to combat the fact that you don't stress heal a lot, there are more Curios that heal stress, and there are the enemies do less stress. Like Tempting Goblet does, I think, 9 stress. Although maybe that has to do with that definitely has to do with the morale effect. You know, -35 is a lot, +33 can do a lot more to you. But just be aware that stress is a really big issue. Now, looking at Reynold, our good old man Reynold, you're probably thinking, what the fuck is going on? First off, 3 trinkets is part of this. Like, you know, 3 trinkets is a mod some people don't like, but 3 trinkets is just a part of this overhaul. Doesn't matter, because you'll probably always just have a torch. I think what this is supposed to be is 2 trinkets and a torch. I have 3 trinkets, and it's been fucking 6 weeks, so you don't have to worry about it. If you don't like 3 trinkets, just don't use them. You also have 5 skills. Now, your shitty level 0 people come in with 4. So you don't always get everything. Reynolds and Dismas, they got 5. And I've gotten these same 5 both times. So it looks like you don't get point blank and you don't get duelist advance, which sucks, because could really probably use these. And I didn't get either of the morale increasing ones on Reynolds. Now let's go over some stats. We have 110 HP. I'm going to sort by level. No one has upgraded stuff. So looking at this, we have 110 HP, which sounds like a lot, but it is a lot compared to everyone else. But it's not that much. 28 prot, 1 speed, no dodge, 18 to 23 damage, pretty shitty crit. Looking at the resistances here, I think the disease is now called malady. The way it kind of works is heavier armor means more prot, less dodge. Also means higher bleed resistance, I believe. Probably lower blight. probably also higher stun and move, kind of like how it is in Butcher's Circus. Death Blow is notably different for people. So let's look at a Highwayman. 90, we have 8. This is we have some quirks here that give different stuff. We have 90 30, which is clearly 110 0. You have 0 prot, you have 5 base speed, 13 to 26 damage. So 13 to 26 versus 18 to 23. So the damage ranges are different. The Highwayman does maximum more, but minimum less. So that's interesting to think about. You have 5% crit, and then you have 15 death blow, as opposed to 25 death blow. So, kind of interesting to see. Let's look at whoever the fuck this is, an A-bomb. It's got 80 HP, 15 dodge, 5% prot, 7 speed, 12 to 22. That's pretty damn good. You have 0 death blow with the, or you have 10 death blow. Sorry, I have the shitty quirk. 10 death blow. It's quite bad here. High blight. Bleed and blight resistances are very important because you don't have that much healing. We'll get to different people here. Let's look at some healers soon. Occultist notably has 50% death blow with this quirk. Unyielding. This is great. If you actually get an occultist with unyielding, this is fucking fantastic. Because the occultist lowers his own death blow resistance. Also, you'll see a passive up here on some heroes. Like the Highwayman has more 6 food to be carried. Additional bullets can be found at the end of combat. Because some of the Highwayman's attacks actually require a bullet, which is a provision. They have minus 100 accuracy, and you use the bullet provision, and it gives you 200 accuracy. So your accuracy is base 100. Look, the occultist. If I could click on him. Every time you critical, you buff your max HP and death blow resistance, you heal, and you reduce morale by 3. So the 50% death blow here, really, it is much higher, but it does get lowered over time, which is actually why I think getting unyielding is fucking fantastic. You get 3 extra heals before your death blow goes low. I think your HP will get low before your death blow does, but nevertheless, this goes on camp, by the way. So you have a heal here. You heal for 8 HP and then an additional 9% of the target's max HP. This is an unlimited amount of times, which is quite interesting and very strong. Now we have the Plague Doctor, who has heal for 7 HP at level 1, and then you buff that target to take an additional 50% healing received from battlefield med. Now, so you do 7, you do 11, and then you do 14 for a total of, I think, 32 HP at level 1 on one guy. Or you do, like, what's that? 18 and 7, or 7, 7, 7. It's quite nice that you get the Cure as well, and considering you only have 3 heals, Cure, not getting dot ticked is actually saving you HP in the long run. But this is only 3. You have the Vestal. I'm going to find the Vestal that actually has my fucking healing skills unlocked. You have the big one, the single target. You heal 8 to 15, but then you debuff the Vestal to heal 20% less with the small one, and 33% less with the big one. So you really get 3 heals per battle of this. And then you get 5 heals of this. You get you don't even get that really. I don't. The good thing is you go to 99 minus 99%, so you'll always heal at least 1. But I think it kind of makes Divine Comfort like shit. Like you're healing for 5, and then you're losing a use of 8 to 15 to get 5. This is I can only think of using this when you have 2 people on Death's Door and you need to get them off like immediately. Because otherwise, just use all 3 uses of this. Then you're healing for 1 and they're off Death's Door anyway. So I don't want to waste, unless this gets exponentially better as it levels up, but I don't think it will. So I think this is kind of shit now. But yeah, you really get 3 battle uses. The Arbalist gets a 20 to 20 heal once per battle with Battlefield Bandage. I haven't met any other healers. There's the Hound has lost his self-heal. The Crusader has lost his heals. The the A-Bomb heals himself for 4, no stress heal, with Absolution. Unlimited times, notably. The Leper gets a Riposte that grants him regen. The Flage, I think, is actually a really interesting and strong healer. The Flagellant will give somebody 6/3 regen, so 18 regen, at the cost of 8 of his own HP straight up. So if he uses this on, you do win. Especially if he uses this on himself, because you'll gain 18 over 3 turns and lose 8 in the process. So, if your Flage won't, if you know your Flage won't die, you can really get some healing off that. I think it's always best if you're going to start healing with the Flash to heal the Flage first, and then start getting the other people, because you don't want your Flage dying before and not getting any of that regen for himself. There are still healing camping stuff like Triage is now a lot better, like heal for 20% HP. The Musketeer is definitely different. There's a Musketeer addition, like another mod, smaller mod, that works like, makes her different. Stuttering. There's also stress healing on camping skills as well. I don't know how many camping skills you get. It's probably still 4. I would like to say it's probably still 4. So healing is a lot rarer, and this is all to prevent stalling. It's kind of what this is. That's what the mod author is talking about. How less stress heal and less heal means you don't stall as frequently. Now, some stalling tactics that I found are if you have a size 2 enemy, you can keep him stunned. You can sort of heal off him, which is interesting. It's really like stalling really to get your heals out. Like enemies are so like, let's look at this. You heal with Vestal for 8 to 15 out of 87. I do 18. The Vestal can do more than she can heal. So if a Vestal can do more damage than she can heal, you already know a fucking skeleton's doing more than the Vestal can heal. So healing mid-combat is actually usually detrimental to your hit points, because you're giving them enemies extra actions, so then they can just do more than you've just healed for. Obviously getting off Death's Door is different. So I think like when you have one guy left, that's when you start healing, because that one guy can't outdo your healing that much. The other stalling tactic that I've found works is with the Highwayman, because he has basically a 0% chance to hit with his pistol if you don't put in a bullet. So if you need to, like, the way stalling works is if you have stalling actions, like a heal is a stalling action, a stress heal is a stalling action in the base game, a guard, something that doesn't do damage to an enemy. So if you miss, that still counts as a non-stalling action, and since you will always miss if you don't have a bullet in your fucking gun, you're never stalling. So just doing this will means you're not doing a stalling action, and if you don't do enough, if you do more, I think if you do 2 non-stalling actions in a round, you won't trigger the like stalling penalties. Same thing with this. The Musketeer has a thing that does like 1 fucking damage. Like, just do this. Like, this is an attack, but I don't think it breaks stall, because it does damage. You know what I mean? So that's I think stalling is basically good for HP. Probably also if you have a buffing morale, but I think someone like the Crusader should be stunning if possible, and then buffing morale in the off turn when he can't get the stun in. Finally, I want to do quick little things about the heroes. I want to say, look at these heroes. These are people I haven't used. These are people I have used. You're gonna need to get used to throwing people away like fucking trash. Like this A-Bomb, as soon as I finish this video, he's gone. This is a shitty quirk. This is a shitty quirk. He's gone. He has high stress. You know what? This also means you don't have to worry about stress. Like if I bring this Vestal in, and then she doesn't even heal. She's like fucking garbage. So if this is a decent quirk, but let's say she didn't have that. Like she gets 100 stress at the end of the dungeon, just throw her out. Like I don't care. These people suck. That's how you play the base game too. You get shitty heroes in the beginning, don't even care if they die or live, throw them out at the end. It makes, like, you don't need to get attached to beginning heroes, especially in this unforgiving overhaul. Like this leper, this guy, look at this. Less stress healing received, more stress healing in fucking hallways. Like, this guy's going in one short mission, he's gonna get me some stuff, and then he's gonna be gone from my roster forever. It's just the easiest way to do it. Like, I can't afford to be giving, I can't spend 21, like, let's look at the sanitarium. To fix this guy, I don't want this. 100 gold. 200 gold. And then, the stress heal his ass. 30. Probably twice. Realistically. So that's 260 gold to make a level 0 leper not bad. And then to do this, oh, 310, 360, 410. All of my gold to make a level 0 leper actually work. Not worth it. Like, just throw them out, you know what I mean? That was really long-winded, but, like, I'm trying to explain to you, you need to not give a fuck about these beginning guys. Care about the classes that you like. If you have a class that's very good, or you're not getting a lot of, like, I think occultists are very nice, because you get unlimited heals, even with this minus death blow, I think that's very good. So I'm going to probably start keeping occultists. I would keep an A-bomb, but this guy has got too much bad shit. Let's go down the order. Highwaymen, these two bleed. 100% bleed sounds great, but everything has like 170 to 200% bleed resist. Like, brigands have 170, and then when they get below 25% HP, then they have low bleed. So that's when this bleed would work. But I don't care about that. So this is like not that good of an ability, honestly. It's good for the debuff. This is better. The wicked slice doesn't get the damage buff anymore, but this is now just weaker anyway. So this is okay. I mostly run my highwaymen in position 1 because they can hit the front 2 rows, which is actually good. Pistol shot's okay. Grape shot is okay. Like, it doesn't do enough damage, and you need to focus targets. So this is only good if you know you're gonna get a kill. I don't use this that much. It's good to get unlimited shots and has decent damage. Not that high accuracy though. I would imagine Duelist Advance would be amazing. I imagine Point Blank would also be great, especially because it can be used from row 2. I think a lot of the ways heroes work now is their skills. So imagine what they used to hit, the rows they could hit in vanilla, and subtract 1. Like Reynold, this now hits 1 instead of 1, 2. Zealous' whole point is that it hits 2, it doesn't count. This only hits 1. Instead of hitting 2, 3, 4, Holy Lance now hits 2, 3. The A-Bomb only hits 1, 2 instead of 1, 2, 3. This got shifted to 1, 2 instead of 2, 3. Rake only hits 1. Rage only hits 1, 2. And Slam only hits 1. So you're hitting a lot less stuff. Like Mace Bash only hits 1. There's she's some new abilities, but that don't count. But so a lot of stuff. So hitting row 2 is actually quite good. So the Highwayman being able to hit row 3, 4 if you use them in the back, which I don't have skills unlocked for that. So that's why I haven't done it yet. But the Highwayman I think has really good potential. The A-Bomb has stuns that hit the front 2. We just saw in the Crusader the stun only hits front row. So there's a lot less stuns out there. Like the Plague Doctor can't stun. The Bounty Hunter has lost Uppercut as a stun. So hitting front 2 is really good. Beast Bile I don't think very much of. A self heal is very nice. I think Rage is really good. You get a plus damage mod on a pretty decently damaged character. 1222 is okay, I guess. You get a stun with Slam, so you get stuns in either mode. So which I think is very, very strong. I like the A-Bomb. The Occultist I think is going to be one of the best healers. You got Sacrificial Stab, which does self-damage, but it's got decent damage mod. You do Abyssal, which does minus 20% damage, but hits 2 people, so that's really fucking awesome. You do this, which does which is a mark. Doesn't do any damage. You get the heal, which I've already talked about. This Binding Ward is quite interesting. You do decent damage. You can hit all 4 rows, which is quite good because Stab only hits front 2. And what it does is it gives you 15 if you're not in position 4. it gives you 15% prot. As long as you don't move out of whatever the fuck position you're in, you keep the prot. So this is actually sort of nice. You give yourself prot to offset the fact that you're lowering your max HP. Very interesting. I haven't used this yet. I'm not even gonna bother to read this. Demon's Pull seems nice because you're pulling people and a lot of your attacks only hit front row. So this is great. I like the Occultist. The Musketeer I think is a fucking great hero. Tracking Shot doesn't do that much damage versus extra damage versus marked. So you don't have to really worry about marking targets. Just kind of shoot them. You can do Smoke Screen to buff your own damage. Buff your damage and dodge while you're stealth. You stealth for 3 rounds. You can only target yourself. I'm thinking of a cheese strat where you have 4 musketeers constantly putting stealth on themselves. If you buff speed and you buff something else, I don't know what can hit stealth yet. And if you have 4 people doing that and they all go before other people, you might be able to cheese. So hold on that. You have a mark. You have buckshot, which is actually musketeer in the front rank is not that bad. What you do is you move back in row 1. You bleed in row 1. You hit 2 people. You do more damage in row 2. This is actually a decent row 2 ability. Called Tactical Shot moves yourself back if you're in row 2. So some people think the way you kind of do is you do like buckshot and then tactical shot and you're back in row 3. Valiant is a free action sidearm. The interesting thing about this is if you're in position 3, you free action go forward, hit somebody, then you tactical shot, go back, and you get 2 actions per turn. Essentially, this is like a shit action, but it's an action. So, perfect shot gets no accuracy, but more accuracy versus marked, and hits all 4 people for base damage. So what this does is you're supposed to do this diversion where you have a 30% chance to mark people, and then you get perfect shot after that. This is a cooldown. I like the Musketeer. Crusader, Smite, I don't use Smite very much. Zealous is like, okay, Stun's alright. Guard ally gives block. Very good. A lot of enemies also only hit the front 2 ranks. So if you get a Crusader who guards the other dude in the front ranks, then they only hit you and the guard can really set that down. Then you only have to heal the Crusader and not the other guy in the front ranks. So this is quite interesting. I like this. The morales seem very nice, actually. I haven't used either of them yet, though. Holy Lance is good. I do start a lot of Crusaders in the back. And then you get Holy Lance. Holy Lance does good damage, has good accuracy, and can hit rows 2 and 3. You really only hit row 1. I don't really like Zealous that much. Hitting row 3 is good. Plague Doctor's okay. These Blights, she's low accuracy. I haven't used Plague Doctor enough to really comment, but I like the heal. She's a healer, so it's very valuable. Vestal, let's look at the good Vestal I have. Mace Bash, stun position 1, really weak stun position 1. It's not that good. You get Judgment, which doesn't heal you anymore. Vestal likes to debuff herself with everything she fucking does. You use this and you debuff yourself. You won't debuff anybody after this for a couple of rounds. You have this one, which also does the same thing. It de-stealths, which is quite nice. You get the heals, which I've talked about already, which is good. Then you get these 2 attacks. These can't... You get one of these, and then they debuff themselves for 3 rounds after. You get a plus versus mark, and you get an armor piercing one. I guess they're kind of cool. They're much better damage than anything else she has. They hit all 4 ranks. These are alright. I would take one of these. I wouldn't take both of these. I'd take like one of these, both heals, and then fuck, I don't know, the D-Stealth maybe? Judgment? I don't know. Vestal's okay though. Not that good of a healer, honestly, just because you get the 3. Although, I don't know. Chop and Q, God, I don't care. Like, Conquer seems okay. Like, Leopard gets a forward because he gets moved out of position. Like, Leopard doesn't seem that strong. High HP, decent prot. I don't know. Same thing with the low accuracy though. I don't really like it. Jester, I'm saving Bounty Hunter for last. Dirk Stab's okay. You get the same thing. Bleed. You get a bleed that does work with 250 and a bleed that doesn't work at 100. You get a solo, which goes into finale. Finale minuses your torch morale by 25. So I don't know if I like this. Thing is, this is your Jester has your 1 stress heal, 15% to -5 on all heroes, and you buff speed and minus stress taken. So this is a really, really awesome skill. I think Jesters might be good just for this ability. I'm sure that goes up that 15%. Probably, I'm sure. So I don't know. I think Jester's okay. Bounty Hunter I think is very good as well. Now collect bounty is your normal attack. It can only be used from rank 2, which I think is actually kind of a problem. It means you have to run him up close. This is your normal ability. Normally you have finish him, which is like the same thing, but finish him does a lot less damage. It does, I believe that's 160% damage versus stunned with the mod and then the buff, versus 50% from marked. So if you have someone who's stunned and marked, it's better to just use finish him. But other than that, this is kind of okay, like But this is good for positioning. So like, I don't think you just want finish him unless you're going for only stuns, like stun hit. But these are decent. The mark is like Come hither is quite nice because you need to be able to hit the front ranks, like I said. Uppercut doesn't look that good, honestly. I'm not too sure about what exposed is. I think it's supposed to be like a mirror to mark, but I'm not too sure. Flashbang is great. It's a stun for 125. A lot of stuns, like you got 100 stun. The A-bomb is 100 stun. You got 125 on slam. A lot of things have like 25 stun resistance, so this is a guaranteed stun on them. It doesn't shuffle, which I think is actually kind of nice. And then you have Caltrops, which has a bleed for 235%, but you have shit accuracy, like really shit accuracy. So if this hits, you get both of those bleeds, the 2 for 5 and the 4 for 5. If you miss, you just get the 2 for 5 anyway. So like that's cool. And you're hitting back ranks, which is quite interesting. The bleed is bad. I'm sure it gets better. If I'm running a bounty hunter, like the way I'd probably run collect bounty, finish him, flashbang, and caltrips. Maybe drop caltrips and take come hither. Not too sure. I don't think much of uppercut. I don't think much of the mark. I haven't played with either of these classes. I don't want to just give you this as I'm looking at them. The Arbalist looked interesting. The Flage didn't look that strong as a damage dealer. The bleed wasn't that high of a percentage, and it was kind of weak. It was like 4 bleed, which is actually worse than vanilla, because everyone has like a fucking brigand has 90 health and you're bleeding for less than vanilla. That's really bad. But he was a decent healer, so I got some use out of the Flage. The Man-at-Arms, I haven't seen. Oh, let's go down the list. I haven't seen an anti. Haven't really played an Arb. Haven't seen a Man-at-Arms. Haven't seen a Shield Breaker yet. This is all very interesting. I'm gonna be doing a lot more guides as I come out. I hope you check this mod out. It's a lot harder, but I think it's well worth it if you're looking for challenging Darkest Dungeon gameplay, especially modded. This is a better way to go than just doing another normal Stygian run.